Hey, oh my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny 5 Alive here, and welcome back to the Summer Coaster Contest. Our first of 4 creations here today goes to Sun and Moon by RJ16, an advanced builder in this community. And here they say, Sun and Moon are 2 dueling coasters that battle through a tropical landscape and over a pool. I hope you have fun checking it out. Make sure to check it out at night. I think the lighting is pretty cool. All right, short and sweet. Let's dive right on into it. All right, amazing, very cool creation here. Take a look at it in orbit here. Love this rolling high five over the top. I will say I felt like there was a missed opportunity here. I think this coaster should have crossed over and came around this side because we didn't get that upside down high five right there. That cool interaction, bit of a missed opportunity there. But we got the crisscross here coming around. Some great dueling interactions between the 2 coasters. And I do agree that nighttime lighting is pretty cool. You have triggers going across the actual tracks there. Some lights turning on, switching between that yellow and purple. Complementary colors, by the way. Very fun. Love the color theory gone into it. And back into the station we go. Very cool. Yeah, great dueling interactions between these. Really nice environment theming and artwork gone into it as well. Nice tropical vibe, really great foliage, great rock work. We got swimming pools. People are enjoying themselves down below. Yeah, great coaster layout. Checking all the boxes for me here today is RJ16. I will say, I feel like there was a little bit of a missed opportunity for a beautiful sign. You have one right here, Sun and Moon. I think you could have had a sun and moon or like a logo, right? I think that would have been kind of cool. And then it said sun and moon across there, right at that block section. And as you're coming in here, you see that sun and moon and the sign welcoming you in. And that is the first thing you see, that is your composition. And I think that would have tied it all together just beautifully for me. Other than that, I think it checks all the boxes, right? It's got a nice footprint. It's got a great dueling coaster layout interaction, some fun scenery, pretty decent queue. I would say you could definitely add some more of that sun and moon flair throughout the queue there. In some ways, tie in a little bit more color pop. Yeah, and that sort of thing. So really good start to the episode. Kicking things off is RJ16, an advanced builder with a very, very solid blueprint coaster, dueling coaster creation here for us today. Great job, RJ16. Let's jump over to our next creation of the day. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is Sunset Surge, created by bricefx, another advanced builder. And here they say, hello, Johnny. For me, as a teenager, summer was all about going to my local park at night with my friends to have some ice cream, riding some flat rides, and going on the only coaster available. That's where I drew my inspiration for this contest, but with a twist. I added some Miami Art Deco vibe and some 80s synthwave neon lighting. Best to tour at 6 p.m. clear weather, but works fine during the day. Sadly, I ran out of time to properly finish the surrounding area, but I'm still happy with the overall results. Good luck to everyone. All right, very nice. I love me some synthwave and my Miami Deco. So this is pretty cool. Let's go. Absolutely love it. 6 p.m. definitely the right time of day or night. It's perfect because we got those pink clouds in the background that lends aid perfectly to that Miami Deco / synthwave vibe that you got with the pinks, the blues, the neon, the Miami, the palm trees. I mean, it all comes together really nicely. Sunset Surge there. We see the coaster track going over top of us with the sign there. And I really loved this because it just goes to, it just elevates your, it's hard to see with the chase view here, but the lights rolling across the floor there kind of made it like a disco floor. You said it was like 80s inspired synthwave. So yeah, it had that, and then the Miami with the palm trees and the sunset. It had that element of, hey, here's a little bit of triggers, here's a little bit of depth with the parallaxing trees and the sun and stuff like that. And then yeah, we have some lights pulsing and all that go throughout here. So I think it ties it all together really nicely. There's a lot of really strong elements. And speaking of the actual spinning coaster, wasn't too sporadic for me. I didn't feel like throwing up on this one. And I think, you know, it was nicely controlled. We even were forward facing inward at the art deco there. And I think that was really nicely controlled. Yeah, the setting is beautiful with neon strips on the gas station as well. It's actually pretty darn impressive considering you said you wish you had more time to build upon this. I actually think it's pretty good. We're gonna have to take a look at it from a bird's eye view and see like what could be elevated, what could be added to the aesthetic in the surrounding area of the, you know, the carnival features. But like I think overall, yeah, this is cool. This is a great way to just kind of kick things off and set the tone and drop down through a tunnel there. These little dips here, it's great. Fun coaster layout. It's like simple but elevated. That's what I really like about it. It's clean. It's solid. You know, advanced builder, somewhat new. It's advanced is only our second rank out of like 12 ranks in this community. So fairly new builder is Bryce. And Yeah, I think this is doing a lot of really strong things. Pretty strong overall. Yeah, and the coaster rides nicely, really smooth from the first-person POV, or the track view, rather. I love it. This is just a great way to end off the ride too. Brings it all back around the Ferris wheel. It's a good composition, and I think that's really smart artistry, right? Walking around, it's a simple, fun, local carnival theme park. Nothing over the top, but fun. This gives me retro vibes as well. This is really nice, the pink, the blue, and it's themed to that of the Gelato Bros, but also fits really well with the actual theme that you got going on here. I guess maybe I should go back to 6 p.m. Yeah, ooh, this is nice. Really nice. There's the Ferris wheel here. Can we go walk around on the other side? Any pools or anything? Oh, here's the photos. That's a pretty decent photo. There's a little pink penguin in the background. Okay, this is a top contender for fun photos. Definitely. I love the little Easter egg there because I did not see that. I mean, I wouldn't have seen that because this ride wasn't facing backwards at that point on the ride. So it's a fun way to reveal an Easter egg that I didn't see while I was on the ride. Hey, we got ring toss. I wonder, now I don't remember this from the carnival games, I don't think, but we did recently do a carnival games challenge before this contest, and I guess that could have been something people included. And then of course we got the bumper cars going with the pink and blue yet again. That is very, very fun. I guess it's more of a tealish color maybe, but or cyan if anything, but I like that. It's not, it doesn't give me like the Cosmic Cow vibes. It definitely gives me like the 80s retro synthwave and Miami deco vibes, and I like that. Yeah, it's very solid. I mean, you did a flat pad looking area. Like it's not the most appealing thing from like a top down view. It kind of, yeah, it doesn't scream at me in terms of overall, but that's not the point, right? Like when you walk into the experience, it's all about what you see from the guest level and how the composition comes together. You have that Heat Wave Park, cool sign here. I think you could have punched it up a little bit. It says Heat Wave. How could you have incorporated that vibrant pink heat into there somehow, right? Maybe something pulsing underneath and something a little wavy in terms of logo design. Little pink wave here and a little pink wave there, just to punch it up a little bit. That's about it though. I like how you're using that coaster tracker. Is that a coaster track? I think it supports manually built moving platform rotational. Oh, interesting. You use the mirror trick to build that. Very smart. Yeah, it's pretty solid. I like it. Very strong effort. What's this building over here and why? I thought I walked around the park and I couldn't find a way over here. Huh. Yeah, there's fencing. How are the guests getting in here? I can't see a way over here. I quite literally have no idea how they're guests in here and how they're getting here. Maybe you put a spawner in here? I don't know. But we have a party building. Yeah, there is a spawner. Oh no, the guests are spawning in here and they have no way out. Yeah, so I guess that would be my little bit of feedback. You have this over here. I guess, I mean, it goes to what you were saying is you felt like you ran out of time. So maybe you started like a little project, you wanted to tie it all in together because it's missing those colors. It's missing the pop that you had everywhere else. And it feels a little out of place and random, like it was on its way to being integrated to the rest of it. And considering there's no way for the guests to leave, they are trapped. But it's fun. Yeah, it's fun. All right, very strong creation here for bricefx. Yeah, I like it. It's simple, it's fun, and it's classic. Very cool. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, next up, we are going to be looking at Tiki Mountain by Kimchie, a builder in this community, pretty new, just started recently seeing their name pop up, and they said here, it takes place on Tiki Island where the locals are getting up to no good on the mountain with a couple spells, and it takes you through some swimming area and through a little village where you can stay and enjoy the scenery. I tried to make my Planet Coaster vibrant at night because I know Johnny likes that, LOL. So I hope you guys really enjoy the ride and had fun making it. And all right. I mean, we check for nighttime lighting because I think art nighttime is a part of the experience, and sometimes we have good nighttime experiences. I think lighting is an important aspect to, you know, is your creation good at both day and night. Personally, I think in Planet Coaster 2, the nighttime lighting isn't as nice as I would have liked it to be. So a lot of the times I am preferring the daytime. But yes, I think it's cool to have a good nighttime experience for sure. All right, let's go. absolutely beautiful. Wow, freaking wee. All right, let's talk about it. I'm gonna go back to day. It did say best viewed at 0-100. That's what we did for the second one. So very good. I actually preferred it at the daytime, but the nighttime lighting was good. I like the element of fireworks added in. We haven't seen a lot of that, and I think this is actually the first flying coaster of the entire contest. Oh no, I can't. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I think it's the first flying coaster. Correct me if I'm wrong. Love the Planko friend, by the way. The tropical aspect, the vibrant, the foliage, the nature work gone into this, I would say is probably some of the strongest in the entire contest so far. Right? And this is coming from a brand new builder. It's incredible. I really love what you do with the foliage. And for a flying coaster, it's very important to, you know, aim that coaster at things that you want to highlight. And you did that very, very well. I love the wacky inflatable flailing arm tube man arms on these tikis with the funky looking afros, and they're dancing around using rotators. It's kind of funny because Tiki Chiki was never brought over from Planet Coaster 1 into Planet Coaster 2, and yet we still have these Tiki totems, and in some way we get this kind of like new derpy take on Tiki, and I kind of like it. It's kind of fun. It's a nod to Tiki, but in a different way. But yeah, as the coaster's coming down, there's just an incredible amount of visuals, and every time the coaster dipped back down, you had a focal point, you had a scene, you had something captivating and interesting to look at. And I think those are signs of an incredible up and coming builder from Kimchie here. The waterfall, everything here, all of the lily pads and weeping willows. It's a beautifully constructed nature work going underneath, having that elevation, the rocks, the crevices, it just creates a lot of depth to the build here. Rolling through here is kind of fun as well. And yeah, just incredible amount of artistry gone into the surrounding environment. And then you even had this like little tiki area to break us away. It's less foresty, it's less in the jungle, and has that like sandy beach feel, but then the tiki huts and stuff. So you kind of had this nice experience over here, but then changed it up over here, giving us two contrasting experiences, but all cohesively tying it together. And I like that. I really, really like that. I think it came out beautifully. Boarding station's pretty nice too. I guess the only thing that I kind of wish for as I was reading that, I got up the queue quite quickly, right? I think it's really pretty. I was actually really taken back by the amount of beauty here. I just kind of wanted a little bit more, to be honest. I thought it was so good. Maybe some of that Tiki Village experience, having that up front as well. Like you do have it here, but in the queue could have been nice. But yeah, it just left me wanting a little bit more from that queue because the details everywhere else are really next level. Absolutely. I think this was a really surprising one for me in terms of like the level of artistry gone into it. It's super pretty. It's super captivating. Has a beautiful, composition here. I look at this and I go, wow, right? Says it all with one screenshot. It's really quite nice. In fact, I will take a screenshot. No, I really, really love this. Kimchie, pretty new to the community, pretty new to the game. Building this coaster here in the builder bracket, the first bracket of them all, the introductory. And I think you're going to do very, very, very well in your bracket with this level of work, and it shows a lot of promise. So great job on this one, Kimchie. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our very last creation for the day is going to Flying Pirates First Flight by Jarneskywalker, or Jarn Skywalker. And here they say, come fly in the newly invented pirate hybrid boats, which can go on water and soar through the skies. Warning, only for trained pirates. This is a special mission with risks. To get the treasure, you will pass a lot of tight mountains, caves, and sea creatures. That's very fun. Flying ships. That's pretty cool. I like it. Let's see what it's all about here. Okay, very fun. Let's hop over to the next car and we could do it at night and talk about it while we experience the nighttime adventure here. And I want to. They said something about a flying boat, right? So let's see if this is actually a thing. You have the ship sails, or the what do you call it? The wheel, and it kind of makes it look like fans, I guess, to make this thing fly. Is this one giant long train, or are they crashing together? I have no idea what's happening here. Let's see. Oh, wow. The coaster train's a lot longer than I realized. That's funny. Coaster was a little bit on the rough side at times. I feel like it could have used a lot of smoothing. Like the transitions were rough. It just kind of jerked around from spot to spot. But I think the adventure, the storytelling, and the, you know, oh, wow, that's actually really nicely lit. The blue smog with the pink. It's like he's orchestrating. He's playing the music and getting the orchestra, guiding the orchestra of the music. That's kind of fun. No, I thought the actual atmosphere of the adventure was pretty well constructed, right? It's a fun adventure. There's a lot of fun explorative aspects. We haven't seen a lot, if any, really, people using the Pirate Pack since we got the Pirate Pack ported over from Planet Coaster 1. I really like this blue and pink glowy lighting. And it's a flying ship that takes us through the mountains, exploring the caves. I think it's a fun concept. I would have loved to see a little bit more. I don't know how you could elevate this, but like the idea of a ship being able to take off into the skies and soar, kind of like some skypunk, if you will, concept. Like maybe you use steampunk contraptions to make a boat fly. How could you incorporate that and elevate that a little bit more? Because we did start off on the water, and then we started flying around. So I'm wondering if there's a way you can have it touch down, you know, skiff across the water at times, have a little bit of an animation or something to kind of amp the experience up there and go between the sky and water transformation. It's a fun concept to play around with, and I like that. So exploratively, the environments were pretty darn good. The lighting, awesome. I really like the atmosphere, the usage of the pirate. Great ambience. I forgot to mention that with Kimchie's as well. I thought the ambience was really good walking up the queue, and we had some pretty good ambience here as well as some fun pirate music. And the actual pirate constructions, you're using all the pieces from the Pirate Pack from Planet Coaster 1 brought over and doing a pretty good job. I'd say this is some pretty standard builds, but elevated. You know, you're using undulation, you're using some depth there. It's still a little bit on the boxy side, but you can definitely see the effort, the details, and the extras are there. So for a brand new builder to the community that hasn't made anything, although I do recognize the name Jarneskywalker, I remember struggling with that name in the past. You must have done one of the challenges, so you would have gotten promoted to builder in that. So I'm going to assume you're entering this as a brand new builder, and you've maybe made one thing so far. And I'd say this is a very, very, very strong effort overall. I just say, you know, Coaster could use some refinement, some smoothing here and there between these transitions. As you can see, the track is a little bit janky and stuttering a little bit. So definitely grab your smooth tool, grab your segments and smooth them together for the future. But overall, the actual composition, the layout, the rock work, it's looking pretty darn strong. Very, very good job. Now, I forgot to check this, and I was making mental notes along the way. Where's our photo booth? Yeah, here. It's just a bunch of wheels. It's so silly. I heard one on Kimchie's as well, and I'm sorry if I've forgotten this in the past, you guys. Sometimes the camera goes off and I'll pop out and maybe not walk past the souvenir shop and look for the on-ride photos. Do we not have a screen for Kimchie's? This is the photo booth, but I'm not seeing a reflection of the camera that I heard. You have to set up a screen and attach it to the camera, and I don't think Kimchie did that, if I'm not mistaken. That's a bit unfortunate, because I heard the camera go off, and everything I gushed about in terms of scenery, I was actually looking forward to seeing what that picture looked like. And there's probably been a few times throughout this contest where I heard the camera go and I went, oh, I would like to see that, and maybe I've forgotten. But I mean, that's technically not a requirement, not something that I was planning on judging as part of the criteria for this contest, but a bonus that people have just been including. And sometimes it's fun to look at their photos and get like a hidden surprise, a pink penguin in the background or something, if you will. And I think that's that's kind of fun. So I'll try to be more mindful of that for the I guess second half of this contest going forward. Yeah, it's kind of fun. So wow, really cool stuff here. We had some newer builders and then some advanced builders. I think everybody's doing a really strong job here. Some fun aspects utilizing dueling coasters and old school Miami synthwave 80s inspired carnival classic fairground. I like that a lot. Beautiful scenery over here, and then a pirate experience. Everybody's doing something completely different and punching up the artistry in different ways as well. So a huge variety gone into today's episode. I really had a lot of fun in this one here today. So amazing job to our advance and builders in this community. And lastly, an additional shout out to our Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much. And thank you to all the viewers. Even just leaving a comment, a like, and a sub is another way of supporting the show. So I appreciate all of that as well. What did you guys think of today's 4 creations? Fire away down in the comments. Love reading what you have to say about these creations. And that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.
Bye.